saying it was really cold. How isn't it spring? Shouldn't it be really nice weather there?
Yeah, it was for the day before, just on the day off. And I must have looked so desperate in the starting pen because a lady came over to me and said, "Here, take my poncho." So that's how bad I must have looked.
Oh no!
You look like your nose is still cold.
Yeah, it was. It was so cold. And I ran in gloves, I ran in arm sleeves, and the wind was. It was so windy in some points, it's blowing all the cups off of the water points. So it was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
How cold was cold?
Well, it was with the wind chill. It was about 1 degree at the start.
1 degree?
Yeah, with the wind chill. And it's feels like 1 degree. And I think really probably only got up to 10 degrees by the time I finished.
I bet you it's all sunshine and blue skies today.
Yeah, probably.
But
exactly.
That temperature, Nat's got to play havoc on your muscles.
Yeah, it does. You cramp. People think it's good, but you're not drinking enough because you're not thirsty. So people were falling down and cramping, and then just because you've got to keep your muscles warm. So if you're stopping and walking, they're freezing up, which a lot of people did as well. So I felt sorry for everyone that came from Asia because we were the ones that suffered the most.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be better if the Sydney Marathon was scheduled
later in the year?
Yeah, slightly later in the year?
Yeah, I mean, last year it was 30 degrees. So it's sort of, it's a weird one. And then the purists like it to be quite cold because people do a faster time, but maybe not as cold and windy as it was yesterday.
Right.
But that's sort of 9, 10 degrees up to about 12, 14 is optimal marathon temperature.
So it's just a freak cold yesterday.
So
that's
it's
what
not
is.
normal. This was not normal.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's too hot as well, they can't deal with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, stand by. We're going to go on air now.
SPC. Formulated with advanced additives and friction reduction technology, SPC Level effectively cleans your engine, restores power and performance for a smoother, more responsive drive, all with greater fuel savings.
Kiss 92.
I listen all day. My favorite station. We love it.
Kiss 92.
Turn it up.
Wake up in the morning. It's the way Singapore wakes up. Wake up, Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman. Wake up in the morning feeling like Kiss 92's Big Show.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to the biggest and best breakfast show in the world. We are joined right now by Natalie Dau, Rockstararms, and this is how committed Natalie Dau is to the big show, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. She just got back from Sydney, took part in the Sydney Marathon, and here she is.
Wait, you say it like she took part last week. She took part yesterday.
No,
this is what
A lot of people may
She
think
just came back this morning at 8 a.m. and here she is.
Unreal.
5 minutes into
5 minutes
reaching
ago.
home, and she's
Yes,
here
she's
right
here,
now.
yes.
Yeah.
Still sore. She's still wearing the same shoes she wore yesterday.
Yeah, same clothes.
How was the Sydney Marathon, Nat?
Yeah, it was tough. It was so hilly and cold and windy, but great crowds, 25,000 people taking part in it. So, a really good experience. I've done a great job of elevating it this year, and hopefully it'll become a major for next year.
It was also a good marathon for you, timing-wise.
Yeah, I did a 3:23, so that's a personal best for me, which was unexpected. Yeah.
Wow,
Awesome.
3 hours and 23 minutes.
How hard is the Sydney Marathon on a scale of 1 to 10 for anyone who perhaps wants to take part in their very first overseas marathon?
Yeah, I would definitely pick something like Gold Coast ahead of Sydney. It's flatter, the temperature's better, the atmosphere is great. But yeah, Sydney, it was just constant hills. So I think, all the Singaporeans, we all suffered down there just because it, I think there was 500 metres of elevation in there, which is a lot for a marathon.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we got a
So
message
quite
from
challenging.
we've got a message from Winston Long on our Facebook who said he loves running in temperatures of 8 to 14 degrees. He said that's real running temperature.
Well, you would not have loved this year's Sydney Marathon then.
yeah, 1 degree at the start. Ouch.
Yeah, because Nat was telling us off air just now, it was about one 1 or 2 degrees.
When she starts
Incredible.
out. That's crazy.
Incredible. So, Nat, you just came back yesterday, and today would be your rest day for running at least. I just got back yesterday as well, and I was sitting on the couch going, Nat, can I have an off day as well? What happens when we do take those off days? Do we actually lose a little bit of our fitness or a little bit of our muscle, what we've created?
Yeah, so if we look at cardio, it's going to take about 4 weeks to lose 10% of our fitness. And if you're super fit, it might be like more of an 8 to 12 weeks for that to see that 10% decrease in fitness. And this is just because it's all about VO2 max. We're not putting our heart under stress and our lungs under stress, so we're not working them. So like anything, if you don't work it, it falls apart or it gets soft, and that's exactly what happens with cardio. But after about 6 sessions, you're sort of back in the swing of things and you'll see the improvement again.
Nat, I'm not feeling too good today, but I'm going to push on and have my gym session with my trainer later. Is working out with weights different from a cardio workout when you're a little unwell? Because if I'm unwell, I wouldn't run. But if I do feel a little under, I would still, pump iron.
Is that wise?
Yeah, well, it's very personal. What I would suggest is wearing some sort of heart rate monitor. So whether it's your sports watch or whatever, and monitor your heart rate. So if that's spiking, you're going way too hard and you need to pull back. And it's about listening to your body. Sometimes we're a little bit tired or under the weather, and a workout can do us good. Other times, like you said, if it's an aggressive run or something, I wouldn't suggest that. So it's really very personal, but the heart rate is the number one way to monitor that during your training session.
All right, speaking of heart rate, let's raise our heart rates right now and work out with Natalie Dau, exclusively on The Big Show TV. Jason Derulo is next. Glad you came on Kiss 92.
Derulo.
All right. Angel is going to work off all the food she had in Koh Samui.
That's right.
She's ready.
Oh, I'm not ready. Okay, guys, we've got 5 exercises. No skipping today, thank heavens. We're going to warm up with some skaters. Then we're going to grab a weight if you have one. If not, it doesn't matter. We're going to do a split lunge right, then left, and then an overhead alternating press, and then a bicep curl. So if you've got 2 weights, grab them. I'll grab my other one as well, and we'll get going. If you've only got one, we'll do a cut-down version of that too, because we can do our alternating press separately. So 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Let's get ready to go. We're going to start with those skaters just to warm up our body. All right, so behind. So just getting some movement into that legs. I'm not moving so well this morning, so please excuse that. But this will do me good and flush out some of that lactic acid. So if you have had a hard session, the worst thing you can do is sit on the couch and do nothing. Go for a nice walk or a swim, or go and do a yoga class or something. Nothing too strenuous, but keep that body moving. So if I can do this today, you guys can do this at home. 5 more seconds. All right, rest up. We're going to grab a dumbbell or a kettlebell or something. We're going to put our left foot forward, hold the dumbbell in our right arm, or right hand, sorry. We're going to do a split lunge. So we're just going to go up and down. Getting ready to go. 3, 2, 1. So just up and down. The weight just adds something a little bit extra. If you don't have a weight, or this is enough for you, that's fine as well. Your knee doesn't have to go down and touch the ground. We're just getting that nice movement, and we're fully extending at the top. It's not a pulse today. Good job. You should be feeling this in your calves, in your quads, in your hammies, and in your glutes. And that's it. Stay with me. All right, swap over. We've got to do the other side now. So holding it in your left hand, right foot forward. Keeping that balance. Again, if you're sort of a bit wobbly, just look about 1 metre in front of you and focus on that. And just hold that hand nice and loose down. You shouldn't be gripping the weight too hard. It should just be sitting in your fingers so you're not tensing your shoulders when you're doing this. We're focused on the legs and the weight's just giving some resistance. Good job. Stay with me. Almost there, guys. All right, shake those legs out. Now we're going to do our arms. So we're going to do an alternating overhead press. So that just means one arm at a time. If you only have weight, then just focus on your right side for this session and do your left side next round. But if you've got two, let's just bring it forward. So just have it sitting on your shoulders and fully extending at the top. Turning that wrist to the front as you come up. And try not and use your legs. We don't want any bounce like that. If you're bouncing, then your weight's a little bit too heavy. So let's try and keep it in a strict movement. And really feel it through your back and your shoulders. Remember to breathe. Good job. All right. Now, keep hold of those weights if you can. We'll do an alternating bicep curl. So same thing, but this time we're going to work our biceps. Catch your breath. Going in 3, 2, 1. So keeping those weights out in front of us, and we're keeping our elbows in, tucked into the side, so they should actually be touching your side. We don't want to fly out. And also we don't want these type of movements. Either we want to be nice and strict and not be using our lower back to get the weight up. So we're really isolating our biceps here. Good job. Almost done. A couple more reps, guys. Stay with me. And done. Well, good job. Woo.
There you go.
Glenn's just pretending, by the way.
What do you mean?
No, he was working. Didn't you see him with the
I was
dumbbells and all?
working out.
He was working hard.
Using my myofascial ball.
Yeah.
Squats against the wall. Just roll off the back. It's quite nice.
It's like wall sits, yeah. Wall sits are good.
Man, my back's aching so badly.
So,
Wonder why.
Nat, just now we were talking about if we stop training for a while, whether we lose our fitness. And you were saying 4 weeks, sometimes 8 to 12 weeks. What about weight? Do we start to put on weight?
Yeah, so people are really scared about gaining weight, right, if they stop exercising. It's probably the biggest driver of why people exercise. And, you cannot maintain your weight 365 days a year. There is going to be fluctuations. So number one, I think we need to understand that. So if you've put on a couple of kilos in your off season or you've been on holiday, that's okay. The problem is when you're starting a training routine and you've got that 5 to 10 kilos to lose straight away, it's going to put a massive stress on your body. So you really have to then just go slowly into your training. So yeah, you might put on a kilo or two, but that's okay.
Okay, hang on.
Kiss 92 traffic.
All right, let's take a look at what's happening on the roads right now. It is just that usual heavy peak hour traffic, and also on the CTE towards the AYE right before the Ang Mo Kio Avenue 1 exit of vehicles broken down, and on Bedok North Avenue 3 an accident has been spotted after Bedok North Road in the direction of North Street 2. Avoid the left lane if you're heading down that stretch. Wherever you are today, stay safe.
Natalie Dau in the house at Rockstararms. If you want to follow her on her socials, that's Instagram, rather. Nat, what was the workout we just did?
We did, yeah. We did a weighted workout. So we did skaters, and then we grabbed the dumbbells and did some split lunges, some alternating overhead presses, and some alternating bicep curls. So a good all-over body workout this morning.
It's like
All right.
arms and legs
Yeah.
today, which was pretty good. You know, Natalie, earlier Glenn was saying that he was feeling a little bit under the weather and whether he should do a workout or not today and then go play golf and then, like live life to its fullest. But when someone feels unwell, for example, yourself, you are a superhuman, but I'm sure you have your off days. What do you do? Do you work out? Do you still push on and just watch your heart rate, or do you just like rest and lots of fluids?
It depends how sick I am. I mean, when I was down with COVID, in the past, I definitely did not work out, knowing that it stresses your heart so much. But if I've just got a bit of a head cold, I'll do a really light jog. I might cut the pace, and I might cut my time that I go for and just watch my heart rate that whole time. But I still like to keep moving. And worst case, I'll just go for a walk to get outside.
Okay, wow. When
I'll
like,
be pumping iron.
I'm like tucked under the blanket and like with tissue. And
But I can see where that would work, because if nothing else, it's just the fresh air that'll be good for you anyway.
Exactly,
If you
a bit of sweat. Yeah.
If you do it at the right time of day.
Then I'm in the gym. What fresh air?
No, what
That's
I'm
true.
saying is if you're feeling under the weather, to just get out and do a walk.
Okay.
If you do it at the right time of day and you get some fresh air, that's good for you anyway.
Glenn gets his walk on the course.
On the course,
18
yeah.
holes,
That is true.
Yeah,
and that's
fresh air.
generally fresh air anyway.
Yeah,
Very
that is
fresh air. Yeah.
Yeah, until one of the kakis decides to just
Open a drink.
let one go.
Ew,
Oh,
ew,
right.
gross, Glenn.
Sometimes,
Disgusting.
my
don't
friends
have to
these
go
days.
that way, though.
Glenford time.
Oh my gosh, disgusting.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
So it's okay if you're feeling a little bit under the weather to move, so to speak, Nat. Just
Yeah, move and hydrate, and I think listen to your body. So it depends on your fitness level. If you're just starting out and you feel rubbish, just go for a little walk. But if you know your body and you've trained for years, then you know how you respond to things. But as I said, heart rate is everything. So, check out your Garmin, look what it's saying on that heart rate, and monitor it massively.
right. Hopefully you feel better after the workout.
Yeah.
So I generally feel better after the workout.
Yeah,
actually.
you do. Yeah, it also gets your endorphins up as well.
Yeah. Okay, workout set number 2 with Natalie Dau right now, exclusively on The Big Show TV. It's 8:19.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by Putian. Enjoy.
Okay.
All right, guys, back for
Here we go.
more. Let's get ready. We're going to start with those skaters. So pop the weights away for now. We're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Now, when you're doing these, you can reach to the ground, or you can just tap your knees. My hamstrings are killing today, so I'm sort of going mid-calf. I can't get all the way down. So totally up to you, depends on how hard you want to work. And as you can see, we've got a little jump in there. But again, if you just want to step, then that's fine as well, like this. So at your own level, but don't be scared to push yourself a little bit too. All right, keep going. A little bit of a cardio warm-up. All right, now we're onto those lunges. Left foot forward, weight in our right hand. Getting ready to split them. 3, 2, 1. All right, up and down we go. Really good one to define our leg muscles with this. And also because we're doing single leg movement, it's helping us work on our weaknesses. One leg's always stronger and more balanced than the other. So this gives you a chance to work on them individually. Good job. Make sure we're extending at the top. Nice and tall, shoulders back. Push through the floor with that front foot to keep your balance. And you're on your toes on the back foot. All right, shake that out, getting ready to change sides. Keep hold of that dumbbell. Holding the dumbbell in between sets is always good just for that grip strength that we talk about, which is so important. So it's just doing little things like that that can make a big difference. All right, up and down we go. Again, that weight is nice and relaxed to our side. Nice controlled movements. We're not stepping with these, so if you have got a few aches and pains, you can control this much better. And you should only be feeling it in your legs, nowhere else, and your glutes. Last 5 seconds. All right, shake that out. Let's pick up the other dumbbell. Do some overhead work now, working on our shoulders, and also this helps with our lats. So all those good things if you're trying to do pull-ups. All right, twisting as we go up, then bringing it down to rest on our shoulder in a passive pose. So pushing through, remembering we're not using our legs or our knees. Nice work. Staying strong, really squeeze those back muscles as you come up too. You can feel them working right at the very top. Shouldn't be hurting your lower back. If it is, take a lighter weight. All right, now let's stay holding those weights by our side, getting ready for the last exercise, the bicep curls. Give our shoulders a roll, getting ready. 3, 2, 1, all right. And remembering we are keeping those elbows in nice and tight the whole time. And we're not moving our hips forward like this at all. So we don't have to do these fast. It's a nice controlled movement. Really isolating those biceps. Too often people do these too heavy and don't get the benefit out of it. We want that nice full range of movement. 3, 2, 1. Good job, guys. Nice one.
I feel good.
I feel good.
Yeah, did
I knew that I would.
half a Natalie Dau workout.
Half.
And
Hey.
yeah, I didn't want to,
Half
overstrain.
is better than zero.
Exactly. This is what Nat
Yes.
says all the time. Something's better than nothing, right?
That's true.
100%.
Absolutely.
But you know what I need right now? A massage, and I'm sure you feel like you need a massage too, Nat.
Sign me up.
So what do you do, Nat, when you come in off a marathon like that? You've finished a marathon. You've gotten on a plane. You've rushed back to Singapore. What's the next step?
Yeah, I'm going to go for a nice walk today just to stretch your legs and flush the lactic out. Not going to have time for a massage, but ideally, having a massage tomorrow would be great when I'm going to be at my sorest. And I'm just sore because I've gone faster than I would normally go. So it's not actually the distance for me. It's just the speed at which I've gone. So I've used some different muscles like my hamstrings that I wouldn't necessarily use as much. And the heels.
Right.
What time did you get back yesterday?
11:30 last night.
Oh my God. See, superhuman.
We love you.
You know,
Nat.
every time I have, say, a packet of chips. Yesterday I was sitting at the Koh Samui airport and I popped open a Pringles. I was eating that.
Just no willpower. No willpower.
And I can hear Natalie's voice in my head saying nothing out of a packet. She's always like, eat the fresh food and this and that. She's like, nothing out of a packet. But I looked around and everything else was like awful. The Pringles, I promise you, was the healthiest thing they had there. Everything was like a jar of cookie, and you don't know who's put their hands in.
And
like
thanks to Angel, the Pringles ran out.
I had one little tin shared as well.
Okay, going back on air.
Okay.
Stand by.
Kiss 92 Traffic.
Traffic warden.
Yeah. Oh wow! I've got a new title now.
Wow,
couple of situations on the CTE heading towards the AYE. The first is before Ang Mo Kio Avenue 1's exit. An accident has been spotted. Avoid lane 5, which is the left lane. And also after Yio Chu Kang Road's exit, a vehicle's broken down. That's all on the CTE heading towards the AYE. On the PIE, on the other hand, towards Tuas at the Adam Road entrance, a vehicle's broken down. Look out for those situations and stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Rockstararms, Natalie Dau. I just want to remind everyone, because it suddenly occurred to me, we are giving away not one, but 2 trips today to Hong Kong.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, our
Today's
Kiss
the day.
92 birthday prize.
Yes, it is our 12th birthday, and we have that wonderful 5-night stay at an Overload Boutique Hotel. We've got return tickets to give to 2 winners, and we've also got those hidden gem experiences and those SIM cards.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
you can load your Instagram stories, you can contact your family, you will not be out of touch.
So if you've taken part in the contest, stay tuned. We might be calling out to you. We're calling out to 2 Kiss 92 fans.
Yeah, earlier, Nat, I was talking to you about what you do after a marathon and how you work your way around it. People who go to the gym 3-4 times a week, should they incorporate those sports massages into their general routine?
Yeah, look, you don't need to have a sports massage every week, and it's cost prohibitive, right,
Yeah.
for most people anyway. So I think a good bit of stretching. I think a roller can be your best friend, or the fascia release ball that Glenn was using before. But book in if you can afford it. Then every 3-4 weeks, it's great to have that and just release and go a little bit deeper than what you probably are doing, or get a proper sports massage from a physio, because that's what's going to make the difference, rather than just at the local nature land.
Right.
Or your spouse.
Or
No,
your
that's what-
spouse, yes.
What about the spouse?
Yeah, why not?
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah, you can actually damage yourself a lot from having someone massage you that's not trained. So
Oh.
they can bruise muscles and ligaments and things. So, a nice gentle oil massage, maybe, if that's what,
Gentle.
the romance is in your house.
Gentle.
I'll just say, step on me. Maybe not a good idea then. Not a good idea.
No, like in
idea.
Thailand, they have those bars at the top, so that when they
Yeah.
step on you,
Yeah.
they can hang off it as well. So the weight
Never
is not.
experienced that,
Yeah,
though.
I have.
they're very good.
I
have,
see
it's
it in
good.
movies and all,
They
Oh, FD
exist.
has.
I have. It's
No
really good.
wonder you got such a bad back now.
You had people
Oh, I never
walking.
thought about
on-
that.
Okay, do we have a last question for Nat?
I'm just about done. Yeah, with everything that came through on Facebook.
Thank you so much, Nat, and we want you to have a good rest today, have a wonderful meal later, and then go for your short walk.
Yeah, I'm going to get coffee right now, so that's the priority.
Nice.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Nat. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Take
See ya.
care, Nat. Bye.
Bye.
That was the amazing Natalie Dau, who just came back from Sydney at 11:30 p.m.
How does she do it?
Yesterday.
I would still be asleep.
Yeah.
know.
Like Big
How
Show?
does
What
she
Big
do it?
Show?
And she's like, my hamstrings are aching.
That's all, right?
And she still doesn't work out.
She's fantastic.
What's going on?
Natalie Dau. Coming up next, someone else who's fantastic. We've got our senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times, Nian. We'll be talking about 2 things. We'll be talking about the fact that Yishun has a new bus service, as well as the forthcoming Formula One.
Yes.
That's what, next week? No, in 2 weeks' time.
This week.
This weekend.
It's this weekend.
It's this
Yes,
weekend.
This weekend.
This coming weekend.
Yeah.
Some updates from Nian in just a while. Meantime, here's Kelly Clarkson behind these. My eyes are hazel.
No, they're not.
Behind these hazel eyes on Kiss 92. Nian in the house.
Yay! Good morning.
Hello,
Good morning,
Hello.
brother.
Morning.
So, what's this new bus service that the Yishun
Yeah.
people have?
Oh, actually, this is the first bus service under a new program to update, to upgrade everybody's travel experience.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I mean, of course, so yesterday I spent half the day in Yishun trying out the bus.
How was it?
It gets from one place to the other.
That's what I thought. It's just
Isn't it
another
this-
bus.
So
Right?
hang on, if you
Yeah.
hang around, it actually comes back.
Oh my
wow.
gosh. And okay,
Good one.
so what's so special about this bus?
So, on its
And
own.
why are we talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the interesting thing is that because this is actually part of a program that's said to be valued up to $900 million to be spent over 8 years.
Okay.
So in public transport, that is not chump change, but it is not
Yeah.
like tremendous amount. But the point is that the idea is that they want to use the government is using committing this fund to speed up the rollout of bus services, as well as where the gaps are, right? Sometimes like peak hour, you need more express service. You just want to get people to the important transport nodes and get them on their way.
So is this a shuttle service?
So in this case, this is not quite a shuttle service in the sense of, it's a very short. So I think I spent half the day, right? Because it's about an hour and a half on that route.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
that's not short.
It's not short.
Is it a circle?
It starts at Sembawang.
Okay.
It gets you to, it threads through part of the newer parts of Yishun, where the newer blocks of flats
Okay,
are. And this
yes.
is important because, what part of the intention that I was taking the bus was to check out, what kind of buses are even at these stops that this new one is stopping at. And at this particular stretch, I saw that I was on the third bus service. So can you imagine, before this service come along, this is bus 861, there were only 2 buses available there.
Oh.
Yeah, and part of it is still a lot of, forest. It's still forested.
Is it a loop service? That's what I was
So
going to say.
the loop service is that it takes you from Sembawang going towards these 2 other MRT stations, is Canberra and Khatib, and then you'll turn back.
Okay.
Yeah, but it is based in Sembawang interchange. So it's funny because one of these, when I was at the interchange, I saw this auntie was talking to the bus driver. Hey, stop here already. Because she wanted to just go for one more ride.
Oh.
As a loop, but
right.
it doesn't work that way because
Oh.
if you think about it, for the driver, it's on the road for 1.5 hours. and
Yeah.
then-
It's a long already, yeah.
Correct.
It is what we'll call a kind of a medium distance sort of trunk route.
Okay. So people
Because
get
Sembawang
off.
to Khatib
Yeah.
is a fair run.
It is, yeah.
It's a fair run.
And the thing is, it also is interesting the way this is planned because on one side you have all these new flats that are coming up, or rather people that are moving into these new flats, right? So I was speaking with a MP for the area, and he's saying that he cited about 4 new clusters of flats that have come up. So we're talking about tens of thousands of people, right? Because it's households. And not that they're underserved, but they could get better connectivity because if you're out in Yishun,
Yeah.
a very old topic would be like you want to get on the line of the north-south line, for example, the MRT line. Some people would say, I can't possibly get a seat when I'm at Yishun if I get in at Yishun, so I try to like flank it, go up to Khatib, for example.
Right. Okay.
So you see,
okay.
I feel that the learning from being on the ground was that look, there are all these needs from people who live there, who use these places, and I think there's some planning and there's some understanding, some empathy on the needs on the ground. Yeah.
Okay. So it just allows more access to different MRTs.
Yes, but
Yeah.
the point is that because, like it or not, Singapore is growing.
Yeah.
Right? There are new housing estates that have been announced. Some are already coming on stream and so on. The challenge is, and this is something in when we report on public transport, we always have this problem. How come you can't get the bus out there now? Like the guys in Tengah, where's my bus?
There's
Yeah.
nobody there.
Yeah, they got 1 bus, not enough. I want 2, I want 3. But it also means that the buses will be not as heavily used. And another discussion is when I want to get on the road, I want my bus here now, not waiting 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So we have certain expectations. So this is the part that is you actually need to fill it up, not getting that service to sufficient frequency that is being used, but not at the cost of really spending way too much money, really just burning cash if you think about it.
Right.
I'm quite surprised about this. I thought Yishun is a pretty mature
Built up,
estate.
yeah.
But there are a lot of new flats in
Yeah.
Yishun.
So a lot of the new flats are built on what? The grassland before, was it?
Yeah, so it's a mix. So in the case of Yishun, the ones I've seen were grassland. I mean, some of
Okay.
them actually come very close to back in the days when it was army training grounds.
Right.
They're
Okay.
getting towards the places where the army training grounds.
But
So-
the grounds are still there. Or no? Yeah, the
but
grounds.
you're edging closer towards the places that
The camps.
Right.
they're green fields.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and down the road, I think there is actually another estate that is coming up within Yishun as well. That's towards Seletar again.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is really growing. And
Yeah.
anything about
And that's a
about-
nice area, close to Seletar. It's
Yes.
actually,
It is, yeah.
you
Very
know,
nice.
not as far away as most people think.
It's
You know,
not
they
that
think
far.
Yishun, Johor. No.
No.
So not as far away, and that's the point of these services because it becomes not as far when you can get to your MRT stations, your amenities easily enough. Yeah. So it's really, I think it's an interesting development.
Yeah.
And I said this is over 8 years, right? This is just the first line that is the first service that was being rolled out. They're really committed for a couple more.
Okay.
And others they're on the way.
So new HDB home buyers, I think this is a good deal, I think, because I'm sure the flats in this Yishun area, the one that's coming up and all that, will be cheaper than the other.
Well, whether it's cheaper or not, it doesn't.
No, it's good investment. Or I mean,
it's good investment, and people you'll get less rejected flats because I have a flat where there is a network of transport for me.
Correct, and you know they're going to develop that area.
There's that whole
very
Chincharu
well.
area you're talking
Chincharu
about.
will be the next one that is
The
coming
next
up.
one,
Yeah.
okay.
Because
Yeah, Chinchilla.
Chincharu, no,
Chincharu.
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 no, that's not Chincharu. That's different.
Chinchalu.
Never heard of it.
Chincharu. Yeah, I've never heard of Chincharu.
But the point to make is that with the new flats, what is the typical resident that's going to move to these new flats? So these are younger couples, typically, with eventually, very quickly, families as well, right? Kids.
Yeah.
So
And
this is cars. But the point is the composition of this households. You need to serve the needs, right? So something else that I learned from the visit, just spending the time there, is that they talk about this particular bus service, for example, touching or serving schools along the way, as well as a polyclinic.
That's a
That's
polyclinic
important.
This is Khatib.
Khatib Polyclinic.
But the point is that it's again our needs as people living in these areas. You have the youngsters need to get to school, but not so young maybe need easier access to healthcare. Yeah, because my perception with my family at least, one of the hobbies is going to queue up for medicine.
An aging population.
So these are the realities that we need to see, that in terms of the planning of infrastructure, this is no joke. And I think the fact that we actually get this glimpse that there's planning that's quite closer to the development needs, I think that is something that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think all this is guaranteed, because that's the government's plan anyway, to make Singapore connected.
Individual hubs as well.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So they'll take care of it no matter what. Okay, stand by. Traffic update with the traffic warden.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the BKE towards the PIE before the SLE exit, avoid lane 3. An accident has been reported. Also on the PIE towards the airport, another accident at the KPE TPE exit. Please WhatsApp us if you spot anything. It's 8855
All right, welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Nian Tjoe, Senior Transport Correspondent from The Straits Times. Good morning once again, Nian Tjoe.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we're talking about a new initiative that the government has rolled out in Yishun. But it's not just Yishun that's going to get this,
this
right?
is the first in a whole, at least an 8-year-long project initiative, which is about putting in buses. Well, basically, you're subsidizing it, if I be honest.
Right.
Putting in buses earlier. One of the aspect of it is putting in bus services earlier before you actually get the enough residents. Otherwise, if you think about it, less users. So you kind of get ahead of the curve. So that as we kind of briefly touched on, is then you also encourage people to go, okay, living here is going to be good.
So you supply first, and then the demand will come.
But this supply is costly.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Because natively, you're not going to get enough people tapping in to get the revenue. I think this is a difficult. It's an expected thing that I want to get to where I need to go, and I don't care how it happens. Well, how it happens is somebody spending money, and this money is the rest of us who are not living in Yishun.
Of course, it's a taxpayer. Of course. But you said it's not a shuttle service, neither is it a long distance bus. So what is this
it's
sort
kind
of
of
qualified?
a medium length trunk route. Because if you're familiar with Yishun, is that it's not small. It is quite a big space. Yeah. So in this case, this bus service 861 takes you from the Sembawang interchange and threads its way through. I think it's Avenue 6, couple of Street 42, 43, 41, and all the way towards Khatib MRT. You also pass Canberra MRT. So this route helps people who are living in these newer flats. They have, I think, they would have collected their keys anything like as recently as 1 to 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you've seen new flats, right, they don't all move in and everybody gets on a bus together. It takes a while for this thing to ramp up.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
You can read about it, Nian Zhou's article. First service under new bus enhancement program begins operations. You can read this on ST online as well as in the papers as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about F1. So what's happening?
This weekend.
Let's talk about yesterday.
Oh,
Okay, let's talk about Formula One
Oscar
yesterday.
Piastri.
Yeah. So, so in case you missed it, that youngster who is, I don't know, 20? No, I think it's 24 this
So
year.
he's young. He's
He-
young.
He's young. Yeah, and he won the race, and he said that was the most, in this tone, that was the most stressful time. I'm like, dude.
You just won.
Exactly. You've been wanting to outdo Lando Norris for quite a while. Be happy now.
Yeah, so I can't say I'm a papaya fan, as in a fan of McLaren or anything, but it's just I think even if you're not into Formula One, the point is you have so many different young and not so young drivers coming up, they're winning races. I think it sets up very well for the Singapore Grand Prix this weekend.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. Because you're going to see people doing like, the younger one says, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to try.
For sure,
I'm gonna-
yeah.
I'm going to give it all, right? So the rest of us will be watching and enjoying the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love the crash between Sainz and Perez. It's unbelievable. Sainz was like, what just happened? And I'm thinking like, yeah, what just happened to you? You kind of like, veered left
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
crashed into, Perez.
Yeah, and Perez said things that was beeped out immediately.
But where in any history did we ever think we would see McLaren ahead of Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship?
No, actually, that time was coming, actually.
No, before this season, you would never have said that.
Right.
We
You
also
know,
never
it
said,
would never.
but we also didn't say that. Couldn't see how any team can come close to Mercedes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Everything is
and
just
all
changing.
of a sudden, boom, right?
Yeah.
The
The
tables
dynamics,
turn.
yes.
And it's going to turn again, I tell you, when Hamilton drives for Ferrari,
I think
Yeah.
so.
next season.
For
I think
sure.
so.
So I think by then, Ferrari will have a better car as well. But I was really happy that Russell was on the podium yesterday. Yeah,
That's a good thing.
Always partial towards my Mercedes. Okay, let's continue to talk to Nian Zhou on the Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Oliver Tree featuring Supercomputer Essence on Kiss 92. Yeah, but it's getting really exciting. Formula One, especially when when Hamilton is not there, right, on the podium, you see how relaxed the drivers are, right?
Yes.
They all get along so well, right? But when Hamilton is there, they all
Really? I haven't noticed
Yeah,
that.
I just feel it's a bit of a generation gap.
I think so.
It's possible because
Yeah.
now he's considered all
Senior.
amongst your 23-year-old
Yeah.
Piastris and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
You know?
He's the senior of the.
But it's
of the
okay,
track.
what? I mean,
I think they're intimidated by the presence of
Yeah.
him more
Yeah,
so
he's-
than
I
anything
I think
else.
they just don't like him.
He's a larger than life character.
Yeah, not just on the tracks, off
Yeah.
the tracks as well. You know.
Yeah.
So the other thing is just
He's
looking
39 years old.
Hey,
Is he really?
No, he's 39.
yeah.
No, I thought he was mid-30s.
No.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's old.
He had
but
a Friendster account.
oh wow, that's going a bit far. Maybe MySpace. But
Okay, Ninja, you're saying something. You're going to say something.
No, I just felt that the other thing to come on. I mean, this is the 1 week where Singapore wakes up to motorsports in a big way, right? So there are all these different activities. You have your also entertainment stuff that's coming in, right? Concerts and whatnot. And then come Wednesday, we're gonna have road closures,
Yeah.
right? We're
Yeah.
gonna
Which
hear. Question is like how noisy would the complaints be? The thing-
Every year they complain.
But
People
aren't we
complain every
used?
year.
Aren't we used to it
Exactly.
yet?
Yeah.
It's more so the private hires that complain about it. I don't think so much the people because you have the option of taking the train anyway.
Yes.
And parking anywhere. It's cheaper for you than not parking in the marina area. It's the Grab drivers that can't access. They don't know where to go. It's very difficult.
Well, that's
to
your
find-
opinion.
Well,
But
it is
Ninja
my
is about to
opinion,
tell us
yeah.
who are the people who usually complain. I mean, you've been doing this for so many years now.
Yeah, I mean, I remember having to skirt the area during road closures. I think the complaints would really be people who usually get to work a certain way,
Okay.
to and from work, and then you go like, oh no, now I need to make this detour. The thing is, it's been going on for quite a few years.
Yeah.
We should be used to it, but we're not. Right? But beyond that is also I want to get a sense of. I'm curious about this year is that I don't feel that there's a lot of buzz from at least from car companies or even in our heartlands. I remember the
Yeah.
time when we used to have like kiddie rides in that pops up in Heartlands in the name of F1.
Doesn't feel as exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason.
So this is quite an interesting thing for me to watch because it's like, look, I mean, motorsports will happen, Formula will happen, it happens around the world. But when it comes to Singapore, how much are we making the most out of it? Yeah. So, and something else that is happening right now is that I happen to be on a call with somebody on Saturday. This is for the car people. I was speaking with this person who is part of this big group, about 100 cars. They're coming down to Singapore. They flag off from Vietnam, from Ho Chi Minh. Yeah, and these are not just regular cars. These are like
sports cars?
These are the supercars that are coming from Vietnam,
Yes.
right? I read about that.
So it's incredible. So this person I was speaking with has a Bugatti Chiron, right? Bugatti Chiron. I remember, not to talk about him, but the average Bugatti owner, the profile are people with their own ships and planes. Yeah, but the point is that these guys are coming to Singapore. I think it brings a little bit of buzz, or like just there is interest in Singapore as a place of as an attraction, and on the back of Formula One. So I can't wait to see these guys because or more to see the cars, I want to see them.
It's called the Gumball 3000 Rally.
Yes.
Wow. that should be
Gumball.
fun. Gumball, yeah.
So for those of us who have accounts before Friendster, there was a movie called Cannonball.
Cannonball.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, so-
Cannonball Run.
I have a
Yes.
friend in the US that's trying to bring back that movie to do a second version of it. Cannonball Run.
Yeah.
Maybe you better tell him don't. He'll lose money.
Well,
That Cannonball Run was such a classic, man.
It
You got
was,
Burt
yeah.
Reynolds.
It's
Yes.
wacky.
You got like Jackie Chan at that time. All the legends, or soon to be legends were in that movie.
Yeah. So with Gumball 3000, I think it's been going on for 25 years.
wow.
Yeah,
that
they just
should
go
be-
around the world. This is also the first time they're coming to Singapore.
Okay.
Yeah, because
And how many cars did you say?
about 100.
Wow.
And mind you, this is as I learned after the calls and asking other people. So you're out in your hypercar, right? Supercar, hypercar, and all these high, expensive things. But they're not very practical for boring things like luggage
Right.
or family.
That's true.
So family flies and they drive?
So some do that. Some have an entourage. This one I was speaking with, this person, he has a truck with his crew, his media team.
Oh, wow.
His,
And why not,
His
right?
driver when he's a bit, tired.
But who are these car owners? Are they Vietnamese?
No,
Singapore?
all over the world.
Oh, all over the world.
Yeah,
Okay.
Billionaires.
And many
Multi-millionaires.
But so there are names in there that I can't say I know, but they're supposed to be really, really famous. I mean,
Okay.
when I say that, it's because they are big time influencers with millions of followers and whatnot. So this dovetail back to this thing of making Singapore a location that people talk about. I think that is the attraction when you have these guys coming in. It's not just like, we got flashy cars, which, disclaimer, they will not be speeding. Because they're going to be riding, they have outriders. I mean, this being Singapore, so cars are coming in. These foreign registered cars will be actually moving only with these outriders. There's no way they're going to speed.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Okay.
right. Okay.
Which is good. I mean, for the rest of us who still want the roads to be safe, right? But the thing is, they're just going to bring so much. I hope that they bring this attention to Singapore as in the different facets, and not just there's this beautiful Marina Bay Sands and all these things that you see during Grand Prix, but there are other aspects of Singapore.
Nice.
It's brilliant. One thing after another. I mean,
Yeah.
we're getting like the world to focus on Singapore. Like just
Yeah.
recently, the Pope's visit. Same
Yes,
thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're in the
Yeah.
news, across all the cable news networks around the world, mentioned Singapore for the entire week.
Yeah.
Leading up to
Yeah.
his visit,
Yeah. So it's just an interesting time when you think about it. Like before this, so I was working before coming up to the studio. Is that I'm just crunching some numbers for in terms of registration stats and all that, which I'm working on a couple of stories. And you see that, hang on, we're really in September. The year is coming to this is the tail end of it. But it seems that the momentum of activities in terms of for everyone else is just picking up.
Yep.
Yeah, which is really exciting.
Yeah. And I think if you're talking about Formula One fans, I mean, the Singapore race is so established. They always look forward to the F1 race in Singapore for both the entertainment as well as the race itself. Okay, stand by.
Tonight I'm alive in a dollar sign, guaranteed I can blow your mind.
Dua Lipa. Blow your mind right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. Dua Lipa is coming to Singapore as well. Or
End
is
of
she
the
already-
year.
End of
Yeah.
the year,
End
I
of the
think.
year, yeah.
Right, but she is coming down to Singapore as well, and I'm
She
sure
is.
she's looking forward to it because now all the performers who come to Singapore and perform, have a wonderful time here.
Yeah, and we'll have a whole bunch of performers this weekend for the Singapore Formula One.
That is true.
Kylie Minogue's coming.
I've got a date with Kylie.
So do
on
I.
Friday.
I think it might be the same date. There's also Lenny Kravitz who's coming to perform for the first time.
Okay.
Who else is coming?
Stack of them coming.
I'm not sure. I'm not going this year. Yeah.
Quite a few are coming.
Does
Yeah,
it mean
do-
that we should all be camping out at the airport to catch them? Just
You
a thought.
could.
Maybe Shalini and
Cheyenne?
Cheyenne would if no, maybe Shalini if let's say DPR Ian was going to perform at this year's Formula One. I'm sure she would have gone somewhere to
Yeah, but
say
he's
hi.
coming soon as well, isn't
No,
he?
he's already.
No, he's coming soon for a performance.
Again?
She's got her tickets.
Oh,
He didn't
wow.
come. He didn't perform the last time. He appeared. But he will be performing, and she's got her tickets.
DPR Ian.
She's
looks
very
a little
excited.
bit like me.
Ah,
Sorry, blank look.
he's like, who?
Years ago. When I was in my 20s. But anyway.
Also, I don't think so, yeah. Okay. No. I'm
Okay.
not going to convince anyone that you used to look like him.
All right. Anyway, who else is coming down for the Formula One?
This
Just very
weekend?
quickly. So we mentioned a couple. Kylie Minogue and... isn't Rihanna coming down this year? Oh, no. That was last year.
That was last year. F1 performances for the weekend. Who knows the list?
Lenny Kravitz is here. Tones and I are here.
Tones and I.
Tones and I.
Who else? Kellis is here.
Kellis.
Kellis
One
is
Republic is coming.
Okay.
We mentioned Kylie. Disclosure, The Course.
The Course.
There's the name. Cool and
Oh
the
my God,
Gang.
the course.
Yeah.
Cool and the Gang will be here as well. Baby Monster from Korea. Mm-hmm. And
They
a whole
look good.
bunch of others. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it should
Some
be
names I
exciting.
actually know.
Cool and the Gang.
Oh, Baby Monster, man. That's it. I'm a Baby Monster fan now.
Of course you are.
Baby Monster, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They look awesome.
Black leather skirts.
Black
this
leather
is why.
skirt. There,
I'm
yeah,
going to get my
Glenn.
tickets to this year's Formula One
Just based on Baby Monster.
to catch them.
One
perform.
image. That's all it takes.
Alrighty.
Nian Tjoe, thank you very much once again for joining us. Are you going to be at the Formula One?
Well, not the weekend. I really want to watch the race properly at home. Yeah, because I actually like the sport.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
but
for
it's
you.
going to be a busy week.
Nice.
Yeah, good. Okay, thank you very much for joining us, Nian Tjoe.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, up next, Charlie XCX. This is Boom Clap on Kiss 92.